In case you've been living under a rock, you may have noticed an epidemic hitting the streets right now. I'm not talking about wealth inequality or our failing healthcare system or the crumbling infrastructure around the nation. It's something even scarier. Thousands, if not millions, of average-looking or perhaps even ugly actors are being put out of work by none other than Glen Powell.
I'm gonna fire a couple flares straight up this thing's ass.
Welcome to today's video and welcome back to the channel. So something I wanted to talk about today was Glen Powell and a much larger issue plaguing the film industry. It was recently brought to my attention that the real-life Ken doll himself, Glen Powell, would be acting as the new lead in The Running Man. Yes, you heard me. We're going from this guy,
you son of a bitch,
to this guy. Powell, no stranger to remakes, has seemingly made a quick career acting in rebooted, unoriginal IPs from the 1980s and the 1990s. You may remember him as the hotshot wise-ass with oiled-up abs from Top Gun Maverick. You may also remember him as the hotshot wise-ass YouTube storm chaser in Twisters. Well, he's back at it again, taking Arnold's place as the lead in 1987's The Running Man. If you don't remember The Running Man, consider yourself lucky. The Running Man was a theatrical dud, sandwiched in between Arnold's Predator and Twins with Danny DeVito.
Born to be bad. Yes, we are.
If you don't remember, The Running Man takes place in a dystopian future all the way back in 2017. Man, they really didn't think we'd make it this far, did they? Now, Arnie plays a wrongfully convicted ex-cop, forced to participate in a violent game show called The Running Man. It's not Arnold's best work, and it's also not a movie I would choose to reboot.
I'll be back.
Why not reboot Commando or Kindergarten Cop? Hell, I mean, Glen Powell could team up with Peter Dinklage and reboot Twins.
Call me Elf one more time.
I would take that over this. Wait, you're saying Peter Dinklage is already going to be in a brand new movie with Josh Brolin playing his twin brother? Jesus Christ. I'm going to talk about why all of this is good, why it's bad, and what this could mean for the future of Glen Powell, Hollywood, and humanity as a whole. Let's dive in. So, why is Glen Powell being in everything a good thing? Look, you may be surprised to hear this, but I actually like Glen Powell as an actor. He's handsome, he's charming, he's a seemingly talented actor, and he's, by all accounts, a good guy offset. Kind of like the opposite of Austin Butler. Kidding, I'm kidding. But Patrick Bateman? Really? Come on. Look, Glen Powell's been around for a while, but just as a nobody. What I'm hoping for is that he takes these easy roles, these layups, and they lead to something a little bit more fruitful for his career down the line. And not just a career as a content actor looking to rake in a paycheck. What's a content actor, you say? Let me tell you. I define it as a disposable actor who acts in very disposable movies that are meant to be consumed, shit out, and forgotten, all while scrolling on TikTok. I'm looking at you, Kevin Hart, The Rock, and Gal Gadot.
First of all, you throwing too many big words at me.
But back to Glen Powell. Look, we need to inject new blood into Hollywood. The stars are getting older, like the talented Brad Pitt or the Academy Award-winning Nicolas Cage. And I mean, Timothée Chalamet can't be in everything, or can he?
Just pop one in and everything becomes a Broadway show.
And also, speaking of Nick Cage, I would give my firstborn to see Glen Powell play Nicolas Cage's younger son in A National Treasure 3. Could you imagine that? Come on, Nick. You know that would kill.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast!
So right now, I think Glen Powell is walking a fine line between real actor and content actor. Taking roles in movies like Top Gun, The Running Man, Twisters are hopefully just the start of this dude's career. We need more good actors in Hollywood, and I'm glad that Glen Powell is getting his shot, but he better not blow it. And if you've made it this far into the video, thank you. Please hit the like button if you haven't already, and just subscribe to the channel. It really does help us out. And leave your thoughts and opinions down below. I feel like it brings us together like some weird, big, dysfunctional family. And with that, on to the rest of the video. So, I laid out the good, but what about the bad? That's a question that many studio executives simply do not ask themselves when they're greenlighting these turds.
Why don't you get the hell out of here before I snap your dick off and jam it into your ass?
I mean, Hollywood is struggling to find its next young crop of actors. Look no further than the Pete Davidson experiment.
The new pod, I'm not used to the inhaling yet.
I'm not saying that Pete Davidson has an ounce of talent on the same level that Glen Powell has, but casting Pete Davidson in anything but a Taco Bell commercial.
Before 11 a.m., I like to keep it toned down and simple, just like Taco Bell breakfast.
Because he was going around Hollywood and sticking his little Pete in every big name celebrity, just showed how low these studio suits were willing to go, and just showed how dumb that they thought we were or are.
Are you fucking retarded? Want me to be fucking retarded?
Look, if Tom Cruise wants you in Top Gun Maverick, you're going to be in Top Gun Maverick. If they want you in Twisters, you're going to be in Twisters. If they want you to replace Arnold in The Running Man, then you're going to be in The Running Man. And if they want you to be with Sydney Sweeney in a rom-com, you're not going to get any complaints from me. But the real question is, what's the next step? If these Hollywood execs see that sticking Glen Powell in these reboots and rom-coms is what the people want, then that's what they're going to continue to do. That's why
I've got a bad feeling about this.
I'm hoping that he rides this little wave of success, gets all the money and the girls that he can, and then has the next phase of his career where he just chooses roles just a little bit better. Kind of like Jake Gyllenhaal.
At the moment, I work for myself.
So I've outlined why more Glen Powell is good and why it's bad. But why could casting Glen Powell potentially unravel the fabric of space-time?
That would unravel the very fabric of the space-time continuum.
As movies and films shift more towards the streaming model, where they pump out shit for the lowest common denominator, pretty actors will eventually just scoop up all of the roles from more deserving professionals. Kind of like they did with those poor voice actors in animated films. Actors like Owen Wilson, Steve Buscemi, and Liam Neeson wouldn't even sniff a job in this dystopian future. They wouldn't be able to compete with the Glen Powells, the Austin Butlers, or even the Harry Styles of the world. I mean, let me paint you a bleak picture of this potential timeline. The year is 2034, and Disney has just greenlit the reboot of Star Wars: A New Hope. Glen Powell plays a good-looking, handsome, charming, younger version of Obi-Wan Kenobi. He may even take his shirt off in some scenes. One of the most popular YouTubers, the Stokes twins, will play Luke Skywalker interchangeably. Millie Bobby Brown will play Princess Leia. Finn Wolfhard will play Han Solo. Chewbacca isn't even cast in the movie anymore because some people consider it very offensive that a naked dog would have a relationship like that with Han Solo. Very offensive stuff.
I'll have the cleavage. They're special.
And Mr. Beast will be voicing Darth Vader, who doesn't even wear a dark suit anymore because it could be considered racist. That's the road we're headed down. I'm talking Glen Powell cast as Frodo in the Lord of the Rings remake. Glen Powell cast as Hannibal Lecter in the remake of Silence of the Lambs. And finally, imagine Glen Powell cast as Oscar Schindler in Schindler's List. This is the future of Hollywood if executives do not pull their heads out of their asses. Our universe would collapse on itself like a dying star. So it's up to us to vote with our money and our time. Stop watching shitty movies pumped out by the machine. But it's also up to Glen Powell to come to his senses and make smart decisions. The future of humanity depends on it. If you made it this far in the video, you win nothing. But thank you for watching. And if you haven't already, please hit the like button below and subscribe to the channel. And leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think I'm a fucking idiot? Let's chat about it. That's all I got for this video. I will see you next time. Get out of here.